NorState Federal Credit Union has come a long way since 1941. This year we're celebrating our 80th anniversary. To celebrate, we're looking back at some of our credit union milestones. Fraser Employees Federal Credit Union was chartered in January 1941 and held its first board meeting on March 9th of the same year. From that day to the summer of 1946, the credit union was housed in a small broom closet in the time office at Fraser Papers. In 1946, the credit union moved into a small office building on Bridge Street next to the mill and operated out of this small office with volunteers until 1959, when the credit union was moved to Mother Martin's Bar, located right next door. Now, growing at a rapid rate, the credit union relocated to Nancy's Lunch on Main Street in 1964. Fraser Papers purchased and renovated the building to house the credit union, and Al Roy was hired as the credit union's first full-time manager. In 1965, Fraser Federal Credit Union held their first open house, 24 years after officially being chartered as a depository. In 1966, a 25-year anniversary was celebrated by the credit union, and Showing Growth hired their first credit union full-time staff, Marie Blanche Savoie, to work for 5 days a week. By this time, the credit union had reached its first million in assets. In 1968, Fraser Employees Federal Credit Union started offering student loans for higher education, and in 1969, the credit union purchased the building from Fraser Papers and hired Harold Violet as assistant manager. By 1971, the credit union had reached $2 million in assets. Growing at a high rate of speed, the credit union demolished the building in 1972 to break ground in 1973 for a new building on Main Street in Madawaska. The mill workers' strike of 1972 delayed the building, and the credit union was temporarily housed in the theater next door. During this time, the credit union reached $3 million in assets. In 1974, the credit union was now in its new building on Main Street and went online with the main credit union league to better serve its members. By 1977, Fraser Employees Federal Credit Union was one of the first credit unions in the state to offer share draft accounts. Exponential growth in the late 70s and early 1980s saw expansions, such as the hiring of the credit union's first accountant, George Roy. We introduced new products and services such as adjustable rate mortgage loans, individual retirement accounts, flex accounts, and the expansion of the credit union's field of membership to relatives of members no matter where they lived. In 1983, the credit union offers its first Visa credit card, and in 1984 offered Canadian exchange. In 1985, the board changed the title structure from board president to chairman, and home equity loans were now available. 1988, Al Roy was named CEO and Harold Violet as president, and a new drive-through was built on Fox Street. Mr. Roy soon retired, and Harold was appointed to full-time president. In the 90s, the credit union saw growth with main office renovations, ATMs installed at the drive-through and inside the building on Fox Street, also at the Main Street location and at Fraser Papers Mill lobby. The credit union started to offer credit life and disability insurance to members and celebrated their 50th anniversary in 1991. Now worth $36 million in assets, and merged with Northern Maine Credit Union in Eagle Lake to open the credit union's field of membership to all who lived and worked within a 40-mile radius of the Eagle Lake location. With an update to the Eagle Lake branch, Fraser FCU opened a branch in Portage Lake, which relocated to Ashland in 1997. In 1995, the name of the credit union changed from Fraser Employees Federal Credit Union to Fraser Federal Credit Union, and risk-based pricing was implemented. In 1996, our first youth account savings program was offered, and in 1998, David Rossignol was named president and Harold Violet named CEO until his retirement in 1999. In 2000, Fraser Federal Credit Union and Van Buren's Gateway Federal Credit Union merged and became known as NorState Federal Credit Union. A new decade and new growth moved the credit union's head offices out of the Main Street location to its new and current home on the corner of Fox and 25th Avenue in Madawaska. For the next 6 years, the credit union's growth in new products and services would propel it to celebrate 65 years and reach $100 million in assets milestone. In 2006, the Main Street location was sold and the new Fox Street location added a 5,000 square foot expansion. Finished in 2008, the credit union announced the opening of its 6th branch office in Presque Isle, which opened in October of 2009. The next 5 years, from 2010 to today, the credit union has grown by leaps and bounds. Online bill pay, mobile banking, personalized debit cards, new online banking, along with many new hires and a shift in command, propelled the credit union forward as the leading cooperative in the county. Dave Rossignol retired in 2013 and I was named CEO. From there, we've continued to grow our offerings, memberships, and asset size. New and innovative technologies were introduced to membership for their financial banking needs in today's modern world. Benefiting members was our goal, so products such as rewards and contactless credit cards, remote capture and mobile banking, debt protection, commercial lending, mobile wallets, and new websites are just a few of the countless updates and improvements in products and services that we offer to NorState members. Our loan department has come a long way from the days of trying to meet with a loan officer to now simply applying online or calling our centralized lending team anytime, day or night. With quick decisioning, we've come a really long way. Reaching over $220 million in assets in 2020 and over 14,000 members, surviving and working through a major pandemic, NorState Federal Credit Union has been here for you since 1941 and will continue to be here for generations to come. We are your lifelong financial partner, and we'll continue to have your financial success to be our #1 priority. It has been my absolute pleasure to have been of service to our credit union for the last 33 years, and I have personally experienced the growth and evolution of this great organization. There are many of you out there that have experienced more of NorState Federal Credit Union than I, and there are many of you out there that will experience the NorState of the future. I encourage you to be proud of where we came from and be proud of where we're going. The future is looking bright, and you are our future.